Good evening, everybody. There's a new song we're starting today for October. Here we go. Oh, I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. Come on, sing along. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. Choosing love. I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing love today. I am walking the road of love right now, singing, I'm choosing love today. Choosing joy. I'm choosing joy today. I'm choosing joy today. I am walking the road of joy right now, singing, I'm choosing joy today. Choosing peace. I'm choosing peace today. I'm choosing peace today. I am walking the road of peace right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. Choosing heaven. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Please, I'm in the wrong place. My name is Amber. I'm one of the prayer practitioners here. My pronouns are she, her. We are so glad that you have decided to be with us tonight. We welcome all lifestyles and beliefs. No matter who you are welcome here. I want to acknowledge that this service is being held on the traditional and ancestral homelands of the Arapaho, Ute, and Cheyenne peoples. We know that this land is rightfully theirs, and we offer our respect and gratitude for their continued kinship with this place. Our philosophy, Science of Mind, honors the wisdom and teachings found in all faiths, recognizing that each path leads to the same universal truth of oneness, love, and interconnectedness. I will be your prayer partner after the service today, and I will be available for one-on-one prayer. Please come see me. Let's say our mission and our vision together. Our mission: we are an inclusive community inspiring personal growth, spiritual practice, and a positive way of life. And our vision: to support humanity's spiritual growth, creating a world that works for all. Let's invite our kids up to the stage.
God is everything there is, so I am part of God. I know there's lots of good for me and everybody else. I'm thankful and grateful for everything we have. So I let go of this prayer, and so it is. Here we go. God is everything there is, so I am part of God. I know there's lots of good for me and everybody else. I'm thankful and grateful for everything we have. So I let go of this prayer, and so it is.
Wonderful. So our outreach for October this month is the Matthews House. It's a local nonprofit serving youth and families facing homelessness, substance abuse, and other life challenges. Through mentorship, job training, housing assistance, and parent classes, they provide safe spaces and empowering programs that help individuals navigate through tough times and build brighter, more stable futures. So get prepared for Coffee and Connection. Mark your calendars because Coffee and Connection with Reverend Leah is happening again. This month we're checking out Earl's in Loveland. Whether you're brand new to our community or you've been with us forever, come hang out on October 7th with Rev Leah and other folks from our spiritual community. No agenda, just good conversation and connection. That's community. Embodying our shared vision. Mark your calendars for Thursday, October 16th from 6 to 8 p.m. Reverend Dr. Martha Creek will be joining us for a special virtual event called Embodying Our Shared Vision. This evening is open to all of CSL NoCo congregants and will be a time for us to connect, reflect, and step boldly into our next chapter as a spiritual community. It's free to attend, but registration is required. We need to know that you're gonna be there, so please do that. You'll find the link in our newsletter and on the website. Come be part of this inspiring evening as we embody our shared vision together. We're gonna do some fun things, so y'all wanna be there. And really, as many people as we can, because this is really, again, the community building stuff. Food for New Thought dinner. Join us on Saturday, October 18th from 3 to 6 p.m. for our next Food for New Thought dinner, hosted by Marie Haller. Celebrate the changing seasons with a classic barbecue. We'll enjoy an afternoon of great food, friendly conversation, and a relaxed atmosphere. Marie loves to grill. She'll be grilling steaks and veggies. Kid-friendly food will also be available, so bring the kiddos along. And with a variety of salads and yummy desserts. So be there. That would be great stuff. And Rev Leah, I'm going to call you up.
Thank you, Amber. Hi, everybody. So at the beginning of September, if you were here, I talked about the prosperity box. Thank you for my sound. Thank you. Thank you, Marie. And so I told everyone that I would be following up today. So this is why I'm up here. This is my box. And so this process was to help us with our consciousness around money, around prosperity, around abundance. The whole month we talked about that. And this was a fun process, at least I thought it was. Every day you worked with this box, you put money in it, you blessed it, and now it's time to give it away. And really, who you give it to is up to you. You can give it to a charity, you can give it to the homeless, you can give it to this church, you can give it to anyone or any organization you would like. But here's what I ask you to do when you give it away, is to do it with consciousness, to do it with heart, to do it with love, to do it with joy, and bless it. Bless it as you give it away. For we know that as we give, it returns to us, yes? So this is part of this process, this beautiful process. So thank you for participating. If you didn't bring what's in your box today, if you wanted to give it to us, you can bring it another time. But my encouragement and my invitation to all of you is to give it away and do it with love. Okay? Thanks, everybody.
And I'm sure that we all brought our boxes today, didn't we? Oops. To register for any of these amazing opportunities, or to register for all of these amazing opportunities, be sure to sign up for our weekly e-newsletter. The best way to stay up to date with all the latest happenings, subscribe today at cslnoco.org. And of course, read the newsletter when you get it. That's how you know what's going on. Okay, if you are comfortable, if you would close your eyes. On the next inhale, say silently to yourself, I embrace the stillness within. And as you breathe out, repeat the words again. I embrace the stillness within. And just continue to inhale with those words and exhale slowly and deeply. I embrace the stillness within. Thank you, Linda. I hope you all get to feel those vibrations. I'm standing right in front of it, and it feels amazing, but I hope it carries out there to each of you. So, if you care to, please join me in an opening prayer. We take this time to just release the weekend release last week, to release anything we have to do on Monday. We take this moment in time to be here together and just bring into our conscious focus the divine, spirit, all the good that exists. And knowing that all the good that exists in spirit is present at every moment. It works in and as and through us. It is part of us. We are spirit in form, in action. And we just take this time now to recognize our oneness, with all the good that there is, all the possibility and all the reality of good that exists. And I know that tonight, the message, the music, the interconnectedness with all of the people in the community, new and longtime friends, that is enriching tonight, that magnifies the spirit within, that magnifies the divine that is you and me and all of us. And I give thanks for this amazing community, for the amazing connectedness, for the oneness that always exists between all of us and everyone. And for that listens and says yes, that produces and manifests that exact thought. And I release that thought knowing that it is already so in our community. And then I say, and so it is.
Outside in my front yard, I got a plastic rooster and a Noah's Ark. Camel bells from a foreign land, crystal ball on a terracotta stand. Jesus crosses hanging in the trees, Tibetan prayer flags blowing in the breeze. Rub my lucky yard gnome as you walk past, my concrete Buddha laughing in the grass. Oh, wipe your feet before you step from your car, you're on hallowed ground, you're on my sacred ground. Holy water in the bird bath to wash your sins, now you're forgiven. Come on in. I got a Star of David and a stained glass moon, sentimental objects hanging in my room. Everything is sacred, every breath of air. Be careful what you're thinking, every thought's a prayer. It's the ordinary people you talk to every day, incantations and prophecies from the mouths of babes. You can talk about the weather or the food you crave. It's the feelings you project, not the words you say. Wipe your feet before you step from your car. You're on hallowed ground, you're in my sacred yard. Holy water in the bird bath to wash your sins, now you're forgiven. Come on in. If you're searching for happiness, try not to look so hard. Take a lawn chair and go out in the yard. Stare straight up, the sky's so blue. Yeah, God's in heaven, but heaven's in you. Wipe your feet before you step from your car. You're on hallowed ground, you're in my sacred yard. Holy water in the bird bath to wash your sins, now you're forgiven. And I'm forgiven. Yeah, we're all forgiven. Come on in. Come on in. Howdy, St. Pete. Wipe your feet. Yeah, come on in. Come on in.
Great lyrics to that song. Did you catch all those lyrics? That was pretty cool. Thanks, Ken. All right, so I'm talking about sacred presence and what it means to live in sacred presence. When I was in ministerial school, we took a class. We were required to take a world religions class. We took many religious classes, but this one was all-encompassing. And we learned in that class about the work of Mircea Eliade. He was one of the 20th century's most influential historians of religion. He was known for his examination of the sacred and the profane. And so he pointed out through this that we cannot experience the sacred in our life without the profane, without the ordinary. We can't experience it without being immersed in our own human existence. Because when we're immersed in our own human existence, who's immersed in your human existence? Right? We all are. Right? And so when we're immersed in it in our day-to-day lives, and then suddenly something comes along that's sacred, we notice it. We notice it because it's such a contrast to our day-to-day living. So he said this, we become aware of the sacred because it manifests itself, shows itself as something wholly different from the profane. In our encounters with the sacred, we experience a reality that does not belong to our world, yet is encountered in and through objects or events that are part of the world. And so we become aware of the sacred when we are in the mundane, when we are in the ordinary. And you know, when we encounter the sacred, when we experience the sacred, whether it's through an object or a place or an experience, when we can truly take it in, right now all of you are thinking back, yeah, to that moment when you experienced something sacred, what it felt like, it opens us. It opens our heart, and there are times when we're so deeply moved, it may even bring tears to our eyes. So the sacred, when we're experiencing it, it awakens a profound sense of reverence. Because the sacred is directly connected to spirit. It's directly connected to the divine. That's what makes it. When I've traveled in my life, one of my favorite things to do is to visit old churches. Churches that are hundreds of years old. Because of the deep reverence that is there, because of the sacredness that is there. When you walk into these buildings, you feel it. It's emanating from the paintings on the walls, it's coming from the ceiling, from the marble floors, from the pews. It's everywhere. How many of you know what I'm talking about? Not that that can't be experienced here in the United States, but it's more likely in other places because they are literally hundreds and hundreds of years old. And why they are sacred, not because they are a church, but because of the energy that has been infused into the space. The space has been imprinted. Yeah, it's been imprinted with all of this incredible energy. So it's palpable, not fully describable, but it's palpable. You can feel it. One of the most sacred places, though, that I have ever visited was Machu Picchu. Now, Machu Picchu, it takes quite a journey. It's quite a journey to get there. If you've ever been there, you have to take a bus with a lot of people, and it round and around this very windy, small little road. The guy is driving fast, and you're hanging on, and you're going around and around and all the way up to the top. Then you get off this very crowded bus, and you're there with hundreds and hundreds of other people, and you check in, and then you have to walk a little ways, even further, around these dirt paths and steps and stoned, stoned areas, and then all of a sudden, you turn the corner, and there it is. You can all picture this, whether you've been there or not. It's extraordinary. Now, the sight is magnificent. Yes, when you see Machu Picchu for the first time up close, it's extraordinary. But that's not what makes it sacred. It's not the beauty of it. It's the holiness of it. You can feel it if you are tuned in, if you close your eyes, you can feel it. So when I was there, as I was walking across the land, I could feel it in the air, in the stones, on the grass beneath my feet. So what makes something sacred? What makes it sacred? It could be an object or a place or an experience, but what makes something sacred? It's our intentions behind it. It's the intentions and the prayers and the rituals and the sacred ceremonies that get infused into it that makes it sacred. Otherwise, it's just a beautiful place. Yeah? So something becomes sacred because of the energy behind it. And the sacredness of it isn't something that we see. Now, we first look at something and think, oh, this is a sacred place. Yes, we see it with our eyes. But really, the sacredness of something in our life is something to feel, not to see. It's to feel. When I was at Machu Picchu, there were a lot of people there, a lot of people, which I was a little bummed about. I was hoping it would just be me, but it wasn't all about me. So there I was with all these people, and I was with a tour. But what I was noticing were all the groups of people and how loud they were. Some were just yelling and laughing and taking selfies. Oh, look at me, everybody say Machu Picchu, and all of that kind of thing. I was a little annoyed. I will admit, and I wanted to just shake some people. Do you not realize where you are? Do you not realize the sacredness of this place? Do you not feel it beneath your feet? Do you not feel it in the air around you? Eventually, I had to let go of my righteousness in order to experience all of that myself. And I did. And what I had to do was to go deeper within myself in order to let go of the noise that was around me. Yeah? When we allow ourselves to experience the sacred, truly experience the sacred, it changes us. It changes us. Because in that moment, the profane is in the past. Our troubles and our worries and our fears and our doubts and all of that, we are not present to any of it. When was the last time that you experienced the sacred? When was the last time? Because we live in a world that is focused on divisiveness, have you noticed? A lot of that going on. Yeah, because we live in a world that is so focused on divisiveness and fear and chaos and drama, we're going to have to work a little harder to experience the sacred. Yeah, we have to work a little harder at that. So the sacred can be a part of our daily experience. We actually don't have to go to Machu Picchu, although I'm sure some of you are thinking, dang, I'd like to go there. We don't have to go to an old church in Europe. We don't have to participate in a spiritual retreat in order to experience the sacred. We can experience it daily if we choose. In indigenous cultures, everything to them is sacred. Everything. The land upon which they stand and walk, the food that they put into their mouth, the animals that they kill are sacred. Everything is sacred to them. The plants that they use for medicine is sacred. The earth and all of humanity is sacred. I think many of us have forgotten the sacred Because we have been in this human existence for so long and it's so much a part of our daily life, we forget the sacred. Paul Selig, a wonderful channel, we did 3 of his books for our book studies in the last couple of years. He has channeled more than 12 books, and if you're not familiar with Paul Selig, I would highly, highly suggest you check him out. He's quite extraordinary. He channels a group of beings called the guides. And the guides in his books have talked about this place called the upper room. Now, the upper room isn't really a place, it's a consciousness that we can then take ourselves to by raising our awareness and our consciousness to reach that place. So we can take ourselves to the upper room in any moment by simply deciding, intending to be there. And now when we're in the upper room, it's an opportunity to commune with Spirit. It's an opportunity to commune with the divine. How often do we do that in our daily lives? We might do it in the beginning of the day, maybe we sit in front of our altar, but are we doing it throughout the day? So there's opportunity here to experience and to know the divine, because there's a difference in intellectualizing that and actually knowing it, feeling it. And then in those moments, here's the exciting part. In those moments, again, the profane is back here. Our ordinary, challenging, overwhelming, stressful, busy lives are in the background. All we are present to is our connection and the sacred presence that's there. John O'Donohue talks about this in this quote. He says, "Awaken to the mystery of being here and enter the quiet immensity of your own presence." Enter the quiet immensity of your own presence. So what he's saying is we don't have to go someplace to experience the quiet immensity of our presence, because it's always available right here. The world is really, really loud right now. Yeah? It's really loud, and it seems to be getting louder every day. So finding that sacred presence is more important than ever. The noise, as we all know, is not going to get quiet. It's not. And I'm not saying that to be negative. That's just what's happening and will be happening for a long time to come. The noise is not going to quiet down. But the more that we choose to connect with that sacred presence, here's the good news. The more that we choose to connect with that sacred presence, the more we can navigate the world from a place of peace. From a place of peace. Wouldn't you like to experience more peace? Yes? Yeah. So as we learn to connect with that sacred presence, we also, at the same time, are connecting with Spirit. We're connecting with the divine. And the more that we connect with the divine, here's something else that happens. We start to see the world through a different lens. So when we look at what's going on in the world, we can actually see the divine in all things. We can recognize that sacred presence exists no matter where we are looking. And that changes us. It changes our words, it changes our thoughts, it changes our feelings, it changes our actions, the actions that we take. And suddenly our world has more meaning. We're not walking around feeling so helpless and hopeless about the world that we see, because we trust and know that something else is taking place. And every interaction that we have becomes an opportunity to remember our oneness, to remember that this is a sacred being that I am looking at, to bless those, to give thanks for the people in our life, to give thanks for the food that we put into our mouths, to give thanks for the hands that brought that food to our table, to give thanks for the animals that gave their lives so that we can be fed. Seeing the sacred and feeling the sacred in all things is simply a choice to take us to that upper room, to simply choose to bring our awareness and our consciousness higher, to infuse all that we touch with the grace of God. Taking someone's hand and intentionally sending love from our heart to that person, that is sacred. We know from our philosophy, the science of mind, that intentions are powerful. Yes, we know this. We know that we are creating every moment through our intentions. We are powerful creators. The experience of the profane, the experience of our lives, of the ordinary lives. Some of you may not describe your lives as ordinary, but you understand what I'm saying. It's everywhere. But the sacred is also everywhere. The sacred is everywhere. Mark Nepo said this: "The further I wake into this life, the more I realize that God is everywhere, and the extraordinary is waiting quietly beneath the skin of all that is ordinary." How powerful is that? The extraordinary is waiting quietly beneath the skin of all that is ordinary. That means that the sacred is in places we don't even realize. The sacred is in places we don't even look at. Because we assume, oh, I got to go to Machu Picchu, or I got to go far away, or I got to participate in a spiritual retreat in order to really experience that sacredness. In this week's home group, our study groups that we're doing this fall, we covered two of our core beliefs of our philosophy. One of them is God is all there is. Yeah, God is all there is. And two, we are individualized expressions of that presence. So, if God is all there is, and the divine is everywhere present, the divine lives in and through and as and for all, that means because the divine and the sacred are in cahoots, they are connected, that means the sacred lives in and through and as all. So wherever the divine is found, the sacred is found. And if the divine is found in all things, then the sacred is found in all things. So that means that the floor of this room is sacred. The floor of the room that all of you are sitting in at home is sacred. That means that the chairs upon which you sit are sacred. That means that the very breath that you breathe is sacred. That means the faces of the people sitting next to you, the people in your life, are sacred. So I want you to just pause for a moment and just take that in. The sacredness, the true sacredness. This also means that the sacred is right now in the Middle East, in Gaza. It means that the sacredness, that sacred presence, is also in Sudan, where there is an incredible famine happening. It also means that that sacredness is in Ukraine, where the war is still raging on. The sacredness is within every single experience and every being. Those who've allowed hate and divisiveness to take over their existence, the sacred is also there within them. Those who solely live by right and wrong, the sacredness is also within them. Those who have completely forgotten their divine heart, the sacredness is also within them. So we can choose to connect to the sacredness of the Israeli forces who are blocking the humanitarian aid from reaching those in Palestine. The sacredness is also within them. We can connect with the sacredness of the children who are dying from malnutrition in Sudan and Palestine. Now, some of you are saying, I don't know how I can do that. Some of you are thinking, I don't even watch the news because it is just too damn painful. But here's the thing. What makes it painful is we look at it and our mind tells us what it means. Yes? In order to connect with the sacred, we have to look beyond what we are looking at. Because the eyes tell us what we are looking at. Our mind tells us what we are seeing. Do you know we know it's a bird? Because our mind tells us it's a bird. We know it's a tree because our mind tells us it's a tree. But do you know that that same tree is a divine sacred being? That same bird is a divine sacred being. But often we don't see that. We just see it as a tree or a bird or an annoying squirrel that has torn a hole in my screen. That's me on my deck. But the sacred exists in all things. Our mind influences what we see. That's why it's painful, because our mind makes it mean something. Our mind says this shouldn't be happening. Our mind says this is not okay. Our mind says this is horrible, this is horrific. And then what comes next is how we feel. Then we feel in such despair, we have to turn it off. We can't look at it. We can't look at it then with our physical eyes. The only way to recognize the sacred that is there is to look at it with our heart. To know it and to feel it with our heart, not our eyes, not our minds. Sometimes, it's necessary to close our eyes, to close them. One, so that we can connect from that deeper place, and two, so that we can shut out some of the sensory. Some of that sensory input that gets in the way. Last week, I led our Wednesday recharge session here in one of the classrooms across the way. This campus was brimming with people. There was events in just about every room across this entire campus. The parking lot was full. I arrived and I thought, oh boy, here I am wanting to lead a class. The intention is to bring in the quiet and have it be a peaceful and beautiful experience for people, and it was so loud. And it was a chakra meditation, so we're sitting there, and of course, as we started, the noise got louder. There were kids on the playground. I don't know, a big group of them showed up right when we started, and they were yelling and screaming and running all over the place, and then suddenly they're running down the hallway. I don't know what was going on, but they were an army of them, what sounded like, running down the hallway, yelling and screaming. And here we are, trying to do a chakra meditation. It felt like a test. It felt like a test. How centered can we remain in the face of all of this going on? That's life sometimes, isn't it? That's life sometimes. There's so much noise right outside our window, right outside of our world, our life. Now, we can wait until the noise stops. We can wait until that stops. And then we can experience peace. Yeah, that's not going to happen, is it? We're going to be waiting a very long time if we wait for the noise to stop before we can experience peace. Now, I suppose we could wear earplugs. We could never watch the news. We can not engage in things that make us feel sad and despondent. That's one option. And I get it. It's hard. But no matter how much we try to block it all out, the noise remains. Because that's our lesson, that's our work, is to go deeper within ourselves despite the noise, to choose to connect to the sacred within us despite what we are seeing and hearing out here. There will always be something that will pull us away from our center. Always. Always. It's up to us whether we choose to align with that or align with the divinity within us. You know, the darkness has value. It has tremendous value. Because what the darkness does is it presents a contrast. It presents a contrast for us to then look at and see something else. We can use the darkness to help us go deeper, to help us connect in a deeper way. Mircea Eliade said, light does not come from light, but from darkness. We can only recognize the light because of the darkness. The darkness is what gives us the contrast to give birth to something else, something new. The darkness, the profane, the chaos is a necessary part of our spiritual life, of our spiritual journey. So rather than cursing the darkness or trying to hide from the darkness, we can use it as a tool to help us, to support us. You know, it's good to know what's going on in the world, and yet I know it's hard. But here's something we can all do. Go to the upper room. Go to the upper room. Raise your consciousness higher. Instead of looking at it and making it mean whatever it is you're making it mean, take it to a higher place. Recognize the sacredness within it. Recognize the sacredness within each and every being. And keep practicing. Pema Chodron said, "You're always standing in the middle of a sacred circle, and that's your whole life. That's your whole life, is this sacred circle. That means everything that we experience is part of this sacred circle. Every person, every being, all of it is part of that sacred circle." So I invite you right now to close your eyes if you are comfortable. Taking a deep breath. And now with your intention, connect to the upper room. Just say silently to yourself, I wish to connect to the upper room. Bring your consciousness higher and higher and higher. Just with your awareness and with your intention. Recognize the sacredness of the ground beneath your feet. Recognize the holy ground beneath you. Recognize the sacredness, the presence of the chair that you are seated in. Recognize the sacredness of the air in which you are breathing. Connect with the sacred presence of the beings that are on either side of you and all around you. The sacred beings that are part of this beloved community. Feel the sacredness of this community, of this moment in time. Feel that sacred presence within your heart. It has never left you. It has always been here. Become aware of the sacredness that exists within all beings, all situations, and all circumstances. Feel the sacred in the profane, in the ordinary. The sacredness of the job that you do, whatever that may be, the daily activities that you are responsible for, the food that you eat, the people you engage and interact with, your family. All of it is sacred. There is no place where it is not. Become aware of the sacredness that exists within someone in our world or a group of people in our world who are hurting. Feel the sacredness that exists between you and them in this moment. Allow the darkness to show you the light and feel the sacred presence that is there. We are so grateful for that darkness, for the darkness is a teacher, our greatest teacher. Feel the sacredness of that, of all that it is showing us through what is happening in our world. We recognize that sacred presence is there. And so as we move into a closing prayer, we feel that divine connection. We feel ourselves communing and connecting with that presence in a deeper way. We recognize and know that sacred presence is right here within us, around us, and for us. I trust and know that we are guided on this journey, we are guided on this path to experience more of the sacred. Because I know that as we allow ourselves, as we intend to experience more of the sacred, that we then can experience more peace, more openness within our being. We are then able to look at what's happening in the world, and instead of being taken over by what's happening in the world, we can recognize the divinity that is there. We can feel that because our heart is now open and allowing us to see it in a new way. And so I am just so grateful to be able to know this, to speak these words and to know the truth of these words right here and right now. And so with that, I release this. I let this go. I allow it to be. And we affirm together by saying, and so it is.
Teach me that it all belongs, that everything is secret. I eat the bread and drink the wine, but help me love my neighbor and show me how to hold this life, 'cause I don't want to waste it. No, I don't want to waste it. Oh, heaven is upside down. Oh, it can be here and now. Oh, seeing it all around, that everything is sacred. Oh, ordinary shines and glows, fueled with your intentions. And you don't see the lines we draw between secular and sacred. And show me how to hold this life, 'cause I don't want to waste it. No, I don't want to waste it. Oh, heaven is upside down. Oh, it can be here and now. Oh, seeing it all around, that everything is sacred. Life is a gift and the giver is good. Life is a gift and the giver is good. Life is a gift and the giver is good. Life is a gift and the giver is good, yeah. Life is a gift and the giver is good. Life is a gift and the giver is good. Life is a gift and the giver is good. Life is a gift and the giver is good. Oh, heaven is upside down. Oh, it can be here and now. Oh, seeing it all around, that everything is sacred. Oh, everything is sacred. Oh, everything is sacred.
Beautiful as always. As we move into our offering, let's just take a moment to feel grateful, feel that gratitude for the blessings in our lives and for the spiritual nourishment we've received today. We give from a place of gratitude, knowing that God is the source of all good. On screen, you'll see ways to give online, by text, by mail, and if you scan the QR code, it will take you directly to our giving page. Thank you for your generosity and for helping us embody a world that works for all. Please place your gift over your heart, or for those of you who are sustained givers, just put your hands over your heart. Join me in saying our offering affirmation together. Abundance continually fills my life. Spirit provides all that I need, and I joyfully receive it.
That I had to do it all for my
I'm only here for love.
Matt's following my lead. Okay. Sorry, Matt. All right. So I just bless all the abundance that is flowing into our magnificent community. So grateful for all that is flowing in. We gladly receive, and we just know that all that flows in is blessed and a blessing. And so it is.
So it is.
Thanks.
If you are here for the first time, either in person or online, welcome to our spiritual family. We are so glad that you decided to join us tonight. Know that you matter, and we are here to support you. After the service, I will be available for prayer up here on this side of the church, and on the side of the room. We also have prayer requests in the box at the back of the church if you'd like to write your prayer request. Although I'm nice, come see me. Thank you all for being here today. It's always a joy to come together in a community and to share this time of inspiration and connection. A heartfelt thanks to all the volunteers who made this possible tonight. It takes a very dedicated team of people who are in sacred service, and we appreciate everything that our sacred service team does. If you are online and you would like to have a prayer, please visit our website at cslnoco.org and submit a prayer request there. After service, please join us for Sunday supper. We will meet at the welcome table out front and head out to a local restaurant and enjoy dinner together. All are welcome. Now please stand, if you are willing and able, for our benediction and closing song. Place your hands over your heart and let's say our benediction together. May we be at peace. May our hearts remain open. May we awaken to the light of our true nature. May we be healed. May we be a source of healing for all beings. Love is who I am. Love is who we are. Love is all there is.
For years I would talk about how I